how much do you think this 3-row Kia EV9 cost?
Well, that's an interesting question because it does look great and it's full of some insane features that we're going to show you in this video, but I'm going to guess about $60,000.
You are wrong. This is the top of the line. Try again.
$69,000.
$78,000 for this GT line Kia EV9.
So in this video, we're going to find out, is this vehicle really worth $78,000? And then how it's possible to buy one of these for a really small amount of money, or maybe I should say lease one of these, because there are some crazy deals out there on EV9s.
Well, let's start with the fact that if you want a 3-row EV, Tommy, there are less than, actually you couldn't even count them on one hand.
Yes, you got vehicles like the Rivian R1S, the Tesla Model X. We talked about the EV9 already. You got the upcoming Volvo. You know, we've got the upcoming GM EVs as well. So there's not a ton out there if you want a true proper 3-row that's not like a Model Y with that little tiny set of seats in the back.
Yeah, and what do you think of the styling on this? I think it's bold. I think it's kind of like a punch in the face. I mean, this thing is bold and brash. It certainly is, you know, its own car.
I always loved the look of the EV9, but I learned recently a lot of people don't like it at all. I think some people I've actually asked their opinion of think that it looks like a Lego car, right? That it's like something out of Tron, which I think is cool, but it's definitely polarizing. I think it's amazing. I think I like the retro flair, but some people say it's a little bit too far out there. Now, this is the GT line. So we're looking at basically top of the line EV9, and they do start for a lot less than this specification, but let's see what the top end trim has. So it does have a small front trunk. This is a dual motor configuration, 379 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque.
It's got a almost 100 kilowatt-hour battery.
Yeah, 99.8. So you do have some really impressive figures on paper, which definitely do help justify the price point.
And then about 270 miles of range.
Yeah, and there's a couple different configurations available. The base model is going to have a really small single motor rear-wheel drive spec. So the more you spend, the nicer you get in the EV9. And then like the GT line has a different front fascia. It's got these really cool squared off wheels, which is another thing people either really like or really dislike. It's got some bold graphics on the side. I love the complete lack of chrome and these very vertical tail lights here. It's just a very attractive vehicle. Now this is not a full-on GT.
Hey,
that might be coming
hold on.
later.
I don't think it's all that attractive.
Well, there you go. So some people really don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's just a little too bold, a little too brash. I don't like these door handles that, you know, disappear. It just seems like needless complexity that's going to break, and I think the design is a little overwrought.
Okay.
You disagree?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Okay, fair.
All right, let's head inside and check out some of the interior features.
All right, I'll jump behind you and see how much room I have.
Yeah.
And you get in the driver's seat. Now, my one issue with this car, Tommy. I'll show you my issue with the controls. Now, if you look at all those controls, right? Start up, would you?
Yeah.
If you look at them in sections.
Here, let me turn it out of the sun so we're not.
Right? If you look at them in bits and pieces, so on your right, you've got that big screen. Can you hit confirm, please?
Yep. There you go.
Can you hit start, please?
Yeah.
That's your navigation. And then you've got your HVAC to your left. And then you've got your, you know, your drive modes and your speedo.
Gauge cluster, yeah.
To the left, and then even to the left of that, you've got a whole bunch of buttons. So when you take them in little segments, I think it actually all works. But when you look at it as one big screen, it's really daunting. I mean, you've got those kind of haptic buttons that are hidden under the screen. It just feels like there's just way too much going on. And I could see my mom, your grandma, being completely flustered by all the technology in this car.
Sure, but I do think that it's one of those things that I think if you own this vehicle for a year or two, you could definitely get used to. And
a year or two?
Yeah.
I would have sold it, you know, after 5 weeks if I couldn't figure out how to use it.
It's actually pretty straightforward. You have your fan controls and your temperature controls over here. You got a little media shortcut if you want to go to change your media audio, right? You've got little tiles that you can go through, and you even have shortcuts which come down. So it's pretty intuitive. I think Hyundai's done a good job of making this a lot better.
I think it's just a lot of everything.
And then over here, you've got your climate control panel. Here, you got automatic climate control, right? You can change the the fan speed there, and then your gauge cluster is controlled by the controls on the steering wheel. We have a drive mode selector here for Eco, Normal, Sport, My Drive, and Snow. So there's a snow setting. I like the normal mode. I think that's a good, gentle balance. And gear selector down here, park, reverse, neutral, and drive.
All right, let's see how easy it is. Turn on your heated seats.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think... Look, I don't own this car, so it's not... Oh, they're over here on the door. That's easy, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a Mercedes. Once you get used to it, it's always there. It's not like it's moving.
I'm just
Ventilated
saying.
seat, same
You
thing.
made my point. There's just a lot of things going on.
Yeah, but once again, Dad, like we only have this car for 7 days, right?
I think that's an automotive journalist excuse.
I think it's a very
if
valid
the car
point.
is befuddling when you get into it, it's going to be befuddling for most people. And keep in mind, I'm going to turn it around on you. We spend a lot of time in a lot of different cars, so we should be experts at this.
But we're definitely not.
Well, no, we're not, of course.
I don't think that point is valid at all.
But I'm saying if we're having an issue struggling with it, then I just wonder what the average owner will do with this.
So some other cool features, I really like some of the design elements in here, how they hide away the cup holders, and you can even configure these a little bit so you have got, a large cubby, or you can pop them out to cup holders. That looks really good. Wireless chargers in a great place.
And why do they have to reinvent the shift knob, the knob where you basically turn it on and off and then you put it in drive? Why don't you show them that?
It's a column shifter. This was like when you were a kid, remember?
Oh yeah, that was when I was a
1940s
kid.
when they
Yes.
put them on the column.
Yeah.
No, it works great. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, power button. Look, easy. We gotta get you less grumpy, Dad. Can you say a nice thing about the interior here?
I'm not being grumpy. I'm just saying, taken as a whole, it's
So
a lot.
what's one thing you like about the
Oh, I
interior?
love the interior. I mean, look at these headrests. Put your head back there.
Yeah, they're really soft.
Oh
and
my
squishy.
God, I would pay $1,000 extra for these. They're just so nice. I love the design of the interior. I think Kia and Hyundai always kind of punch over their weight class in terms of what you get and the fit and finish on things. So that's incredible.
Did you try your seats in the back? You know what those do, right?
They recline.
Yeah, and more than that, did you figure it out? They turn into little beds.
They turn into little beds. All right,
They have like a, so this one actually does it too. This is one of my favorite features. If you look down here, Mary, so if you're out charging, right, you can actually extend a leg rest and have these be like a full...
You have an ottoman, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you got an ottoman. I've got a massage over here. I mean, it's like a sharper image on the driver's side of this car. It's very comfy.
Do you think that's a little too much? Or you think anybody is going to actually put out the ottoman and just sit back and wait while they're charging?
Well, if you're paying $78,000, I think they have to justify the price.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good justification. It's a very luxurious place in here.
It is, and the fit and finish is done extremely well. I like the color combination. It's very tasteful without being gaudy. And of course, Tommy, look at that. That's luxury right there. Covers the whole window.
So let's talk about the third row, Dad. You want to try getting back there?
Not really. You want to do it?
Yeah, for sure. That's why people buy
Let
these.
the youngsters do that. I'm going to go for it. Hop in the third row.
So this is actually quite nice. So this is what I'm talking about, is you can extend this little ottoman portion forward, slide the seat back, and look at that VIP experience. I think that's super nice, especially for road trips, especially, if you've got a kid back here. And even better than that, you got a nice little table, and this opens into a cubby. So lots of thoughtful thinking going into this. Or I can push a button. It's actually going to scoot the whole seat forward. And now I can check out the third row. So back here, that dual tone leather continues. It's not quite as comfortable as a minivan back here.
You look tight.
It's a little tight, but it's definitely better than like a Model
Do those
Y.
recline,
I don't know if they recline.
They feel like they're straight up.
Yeah, I think they do recline. Yeah, oh yeah.
There you go, that's nice. Yeah,
Much
there you
better.
go. Much better.
Yeah, USB-C ports back here, cup holders back here. You even have your own air vent, so third row passengers aren't, in the dumps back here. This is a good place.
And check this out. You've got
Yeah, you got a second sunroof.
sunroof. Yeah, I like that too.
You got some ambient or some reading lights back here. It's a really good third row. Yeah.
How about behind the third row? How about
Let's
space?
check out the trunk space.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's not bad, It's better than I thought it would be, Tommy.
100%. And we even have the ability to fold down the second row from the back here, which is good. That's easily popped down.
Yeah, that's really good. Look at all that space.
Excuse me. Ooh.
Wow, that's a good amount of space back there.
Yeah, we got a little lift gate button here.
This would be perfect for like a Sam's or Costco run. I did notice something that is not perfect. If you open up that,
What you got?
where is the spare tire?
Is it underneath the
No,
floor?
no. Look up. No. It's not there. Open it up again. You opened and closed it too quickly.
Yeah, tire inflation kit. I was kind of hoping it would have one under the floor, like the new Hyundai Santa Fe I just drove. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. And then in here we do have our charge connector, which is included with the Hyundai as well. So, yeah, pretty decent little trunk space here. All right, should we take it for a spin?
Yeah, let's take it for a spin. You want to drive or you want me to drive?
Let's go for it.
All right, you drive. I'll hop in the back. I'll luxuriate back here while you talk about the driving dynamics. And you know, I'm not sure driving dynamics are that important. Probably drives like an electric car with instant torque. But let's find out.
All right, so this car has to be pretty smooth, comfortable to justify the price point. Certainly it does have a lot of features, a lot of ADAS functionality, lane centering, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, all of that is included in this EV9. Heads-up display as well.
You can put it in sport mode to see?
Yeah, for sure. So the range, 270 miles EPA.
Which is fine.
Yeah, but it's not 400 like you'd find on a Rivian, right? Which is very impressive.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and give it a squirt.
And it won't go off-road like a Rivian would.
Yep, that's true. But it does have quite a bit of oomph.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it really has a lot of acceleration, more than you would really ever need.
Yeah, I was going to say, dare I say too much?
I don't know if there's such a thing, but...
well, for this 3-row, I mean, kiddos will have a smile on their face.
But this driving experience is wonderful. What I like about it is it's not trying to be overly sporty. So the suspension is super soft, the steering is kind of dead, it's very overly quieted in here, right? You're not getting a lot of experience when you're pushing this car hard, but that's what you want in a 3-row crossover, is something very, very comfortable, very, very serene, and very floaty in my mind, and that does that super, super well. You also have a couple different regen settings, which you can control via the paddle shifters here in the steering wheel. So if I push the left one up 4 times, it's going to be I pedal max, and then as I take my foot off of the accelerator, it's going to bring us down to a stop here at the stop sign, and let's see if it crawls. Oh, nice, look at that, no creep, which is great news.
Yeah, auto hold.
Yeah.
Becoming very popular. I love auto hold.
So, honestly, the driving experience is probably the best part of the EV9. If you have a large family and you want a road trip, you certainly can in this car. It also has that impressive eGMP charging architecture. So high voltage charging, fast charging in this car. It's just a really well thought out package overall. And the best part is that I kind of alluded to at the beginning, even though it's a $78,000 car, you can really lease these, depending on the state, for insane deals. Like some of our local dealers are, in some cases, low 300s, even 200s for a lease deal, a couple-year lease.
But not on this top-of-the-line one.
Probably not on this, but like on a Win trim, right? They're definitely gettable. And that is a screaming deal. Lease this thing for a couple of years, 20,000 miles, 24,000 miles, whatever it may be, for $300 a month. Oh man, if you've got a family, you're not going to find a better deal than that. That's amazing.
Now, for me, I would much rather have a Rivian just because it can go off-road. It's also much taller, so I feel like I have more command of the road. This is kind of low for even, a 3-row SUV. The Model X is just ancient at this point, so I wouldn't even, consider that as part of the language. Of course, Escalade is also coming as all electric, but that's going to be over 100,000, so that doesn't play in the same ballpark. But in general, I think there is a lot of value in this vehicle if you don't necessarily get this top-of-the-line trim, because $78,000, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you lease it, Tommy, is a boatload of money for something like this.
I don't know if I would get the base rear-wheel drive, because that car I think it's got like 220 horsepower.
Yeah, no, get the middle, always get the middle of the road.
But yeah, I mean, I like the GT line from the driving fun standpoint, and I like the look of it. I just couldn't justify the price. Luckily, if you live in a state like Colorado with insane EV credits, you don't have to if you can lease it. It also doesn't apply for the federal credit, which is a big bummer because it's not manufactured here in North America. But folks, let us know what you think of the EV9 in the comments section below. And if you want to find out more, head over to alltfl.com.
Yep, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.